Major General Pumelele Makhoba, it said that they wanted to start their day of action today, asking for all foreign nationals to leave South Africa by the 30th of September. You remember, Veronica?
We've had it. This one is not from individual mouth, it's from newsroom. You heard what he said. All foreigners. He did not mention illegal foreigners or undocumented foreigners. He said foreigners. The deadline is 30th of September. Let's watch us.
And then March and March started their march or protest at the Old West Street here in Durban, saying that they are marching under the theme, fetch your people, or come fetch your people, to the SADC leaders, of course, countries such as Zimbabwe, Zambia, as well as Botswana, just to name a few. And in their letter of demand that was accepted by SAPS Major General Pumelele Makhoba, it said that they wanted to start their day of action today, asking for all foreign nationals to leave South Africa by the 30th of September. You remember, Veronica, that there was a deadline as well earlier on, halfway through the year, on the 30th of June, where they were asking that foreign nationals leave the country now. This is a new deadline they've given leaders, SADC leaders, in fact, as well as the South African government to get all illegal immigrants out of the country. Now, in some of the demands that March and March had, they were saying that they were concerned about how South African police seem to be protecting foreigners more than they are protecting South Africans. Asking that leaders in government and in the SAPS be mindful of how they approach this whole entire protest. Now, it is important as well to note that the leader of the March and March, Jacinta Kobese, also said that leaders need to be cognizant as well of the fact that their pleas are not being heard. So therefore, we will keep you updated as to what March and March are calling their day of action on the 30th of September, what exactly they are demanding. Their Thursday marches that were declared on the 30th of March will continue again this coming Thursday here in Durban. They'll be marching with saloon owners who are demanding that they be given space to operate in South Africa instead of illegal immigrants.
And of course, it was expected that migration would be a big topic that's expected today. But of course, if you can take us into the room in regards to just the feeling on the ground as these protests were taking place.
Yeah, the feeling is that amongst protesters, of course, Veronica, is that of disdain for how the government is treating this whole issue, having all the protection. As you can see, police around me. One of their major concerns was that the government is able to send out police for SADC leaders, and saying that, yes, it is important to protect heads of states, but they never do this for South Africans. That's one of the concerns they were having, and some of the issues they were relaying to the police who were guarding them. And of course, police came out with barricades as well, plastic barricades, to make sure that the perimeters around the SADC summit are protected. But again, Veronica, saying that the police are quick to protect other people, but South African citizens.
So do you remember the June 30 deadline? This was an unauthorized arbitrary deadline that was set by these anti-illegal immigration movements as the day that all undocumented foreign nationals living in South Africa had to leave the country. Well, now there's a new deadline. It's the 30th of September 2026. Now, this deadline has been set by March and March. The group is calling it the mother of all demonstrations, where it's going to hold a number of demonstrations across the country, once again calling for all undocumented foreign nationals to leave South Africa. I did manage to speak to the founder and leader of March and March, Jacinta Kobese, and my question to her was that, is she not concerned that the looting and the violence and the harassment of foreign nationals that we saw before, during, and after June 30, is she not concerned that we might see a repeat of that again?
Look, looting is a criminal issue. We're not criminals. We don't go around looting shops. We don't need all that rotten food. So the government must deal with looters the way looters should be dealt with. by the law. What we do when we march is legal. There's nothing illegal about marching in the streets of the country. So we'll continue to do so until the government listens to us. And then on top of that, when you're asking about people being displaced, it's not our fault that people are displaced. The people that were hiring them, giving them jobs, they're the ones that are supposed to give them money to have tickets to go home. How is that our problem? Because we're not the one that displaced them. They were displaced because they were fearing the fact that June 30 there's going to be chaos, etc., etc. So they decided, and I know a lot of people who are covering the story actually heard from them saying that they were scared of June 30. It had nothing to do with us physically removing them. So that is the story that must be told. It mustn't seem as if we're the ones that went into their homes and removed them. That's not the true reflection of the truth. And September 30 is another way that we're going to be on the streets to make sure that we make our voices heard. Like we said, we're going to continue marching. When people tell us about the economy is benefiting who right now? Because it's definitely not benefiting South Africans. And a government that cares about the economy will respond to what the people are crying about. Then there won't be any marches. It's really simple. We don't want to be on the streets. We don't want to be marching. We want a government to give us what we're asking for. Build a border wall, make sure the laws are enforced, and make sure that you have laws implemented that make sure that we don't have all these people flocking into our country doing as they please. We don't want a lawless country, so we're not going to add to the lawlessness.
Now, I do have to say that March and March has consistently condemned looting and violence from the get-go. And two, it has also, interestingly, not taken any responsibility of any looting and harassment that took place before, after, and during June 30. So this is also in line with what they're saying is going to happen on the September 30. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens on that day.
We are not going to give up. South Africa is our home. We're going to keep on fighting for this country. We don't have anywhere else to go as South Africans. Siphelele apha South Africa thina. So we're going to keep on fighting. Well done, March and March. I love it. I love it.
You heard everything that he spoke, but I think for me, there is a slip there. I think there is a mistake because this is a reporter's speech. According to Jacinta, he said undocumented foreigners, whereas the newsroom is saying all foreigners. I don't know who is right now and who is not right. Well, for me, I think it's trying to refer to undocumented foreigners. So you have seen that they have given 30th September. That's their next deadline for all undocumented foreigners, for all foreigners, according to the newsroom. So I don't know what you think about this new update that came up yesterday during the SADC summit in Dubai yesterday. You know, they said they handed over their memorandum to all the leaders, to all the 16 countries that came for the SADC summits. I don't know how these people are going to look into this issue right now. Let me know your thoughts about this. Do you think that South Africa don't need any foreigner in their country, or you think that they're only referring to illegal foreigners? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video.